Hi, it's me, Carolina, and if you're new to the community, you might have missed that Officer Kruger actually attacked me and almost killed me just for filming. Here's the gist of it right here. I was knocked unconscious for 2 hours. I had a broken eye socket, 2 black eyes. My arm was ripped out of its socket and had to be popped back in. I also had stitches all over my face and was sore for months. All this for filming. Today, I have a few more facts to share with you. An update. This is Phil Soares. He's the District Attorney of Tarrant County. His job is to put people in jail. Whether they're guilty or innocent, it's his job to put people in jail. It's not his fault if an innocent person had a bad lawyer and got bad advice. It's not his fault if police officers lied on their reports to have him convicted. It's not his fault if he knows they're innocent. He's still going to put them in jail. And he loves to brag about all the people he's put in jail. If you want to let him know how you feel about that, you can go ahead and send him an email. All you have to do is find Google and type in Tarrant County Criminal District Attorneys. And guess what pops up? This does right here. You see that picture again? And if you just scroll back up to the top a little bit, you're going to see Contact Us. And that's where the email form will pop up. And you just have to fill it in. Make sure you scroll all the way to the bottom and you fill it all in. All of it needs to be filled in for it to get sent. And make sure you type that you aren't a robot. If at the end of this video you're mad about me having to face all this malicious prosecution, you should send him an email. Phil Soares hired a bunch of assistant district attorneys to help him put people in jail. And what he does is he looks at the case that comes across his desk and decides what person would be best to put somebody in jail. For me, he chose Lloyd Wetchell. Lloyd Wetchell is the second in command and he makes a lot of money working for the district attorney's office. Uh-oh, there's Phil Soares with more information about me. Now, you would have thought that these two guys went to law school. Hopefully they weren't just drinking beer and chasing girls. Hopefully they learned how to put people in jail at college. It's pretty simple how you do that. Find which law they broke and find the elements of the law. And they have to have done both elements in order for you to convict them and put them in jail. Let's look at the false reporting first, shall we? A lot of trolls and a lot of other people are saying, why would you say something like that? What, I can't joke? Well, here's why. Many times police officers will say, hey, I didn't like what you put up on your channel because you didn't get the story right. Well, I didn't get the story right because the officers totally ignored me. I can understand them not wanting to engage, but they totally ignore me. So I have to figure things out myself by looking at the clues around me without their help because they totally ignore me. Sometimes if I can get them to say one thing to me, then they'll tell me everything. That's what I tried to do with these two ladies. That's why I yelled fire, 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 to get their attention and to try to get them to speak to me about what was going on. Great, fire, 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 fire. That's great community relations too. Now they didn't even stop to take a report. They didn't call the fire department. They weren't scared, nothing like that. So this is going to get totally thrown out because I didn't file a report with the cops. And the district attorney should know that, but he's going to look stupid for trying to put this on me. That's malicious prosecution, for sure. Because he should know with that kind of law degree that he can't do this to me. I didn't satisfy the elements. But anybody can be accused and convicted of false reporting. And the one person that should be accused of false reporting should be Matthew Kruger. Because he wrote in his affidavit that I falsely reported when I didn't. So he's a liar here. If you think they should prosecute Matthew Kruger for false reporting, you should write an email to the district attorney. Here's the next thing I want to point out, and hopefully you have a timer nearby, but it only took 12 seconds from the first time he spoke to me till I was knocked unconscious and almost unalived. Is that a reasonable amount to comply with an order when I'm still trying to figure out if it's lawful or not? I don't think so. I don't think 9 seconds is reasonable whatsoever. And if you don't think 9 seconds is long enough either, write an email. How do you know if they paid or not? Don't forget to start counting. Hey ladies, hey ladies, hey ladies, hey Kruger. No, I'm not going to the floor. There's no investigation. There's no nothing.
You can go to the other side of the street. You're going to get arrested. I'm not warning you again.
What are you talking about?
Go to the other side of the street right now.
Wait, tell me why.
We're doing an
You're under arrest. You're not.
No, I'm not under it. Okay, you go.
Stop resisting.
A lot of people say, why did you say no? Well, a lot of people do that when they get arrested. Check out this guy right here.
I have it on video.
Is your name or your apartment?
I have it on video.
That's all you need to say.
I have it on video. I don't see you.
It's red, which means it's recording. Okay.
That doesn't mean that could be battery low.
Here's the deal. I'm not going to argue with you. You can either identify yourself and prove that you live here, or me and this officer are going to take you to jail for obstruction.
That officer with the who? Civilian in the car? Obstruction of what?
Okay. So you don't know who he is? And
What law? I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is.
Turn around.
Whoa.
It's
Hold
too late.
on. Where's
Too
the
late.
sergeant?
Too late.
No.
Turn around.
Hey,
This is
what are you
ridiculous.
doing? What are you doing?
And this woman explained it so much better than me about whether we have to obey unlawful orders or not.
Police orders.
It depends what you mean by have to obey. If the question is, can you be arrested for failing to comply with an order? Then the answer would be not if the order is illegal, right? You cannot be prosecuted for not doing something the officer had no authority to tell you to do. And that would be true if, for example, an officer told you to shut up when you had a First Amendment right to speak and then arrested you for failing to do so. If you were arrested for failing to follow that order, we would say that order wasn't lawful, so you can't face prosecution for it. And in fact, you might be able to sue the officer at least under some conditions for retaliating against you or for interfering with your First Amendment activity. So in that case, did you have an obligation to comply? No, we could say in the sense that you cannot be prosecuted for failing to do so, and in the sense that you might have a remedy for him issuing that order is not lawful. And if he had used force against you, then that force would also be illegal.
Look at this crime scene they're supposedly investigating. Where's the tape? Where's the cones? Why, when I was wandering around this whole area for 30 minutes, why did nobody else tell me to get out of the crime scene? Even the ladies I slowly followed up. They didn't tell me to get out of the crime scene. And why did Kruger come out of his vehicle to come and interrupt me? I didn't go to his vehicle to interrupt him on what he was doing on his computer. He came out to interrupt me. Therefore, I thought his order was unlawful and wanted more clarification on it. 12 seconds was not enough time for me to get that clarification. I violated my rights and he used force on me and almost made me unalive. Now, here's the next section I want to show you, and this is the best footage that I ever got. I don't know how I found this, but I did. This concerns the resisting arrest. For resisting arrest, one must have force on the officer. I must have put force on him. How can I put force on him when I put my arm around my back to take the arrest and turn my back to him? How do I put force on him? Let me show you the clip that's the best that shows this. There I go, put my arm behind my back and turning backwards so he can cuff me. But then he starts to rock me back and forth. And it happened so fast that one of the ladies didn't even see it. And there's where my arm gets pulled out of socket, right there. The main thing they have to prove in order to get me on resistance is that I used force against the officer. Show me where I did that. Watch me put my arm behind my back to take the arrest. How can I use force against him when my back is to him? He also claimed that he used an arm bar takedown and laid me prone on the ground. Right. He tried to unalive me. So if they refuse to accept our motion to dismiss, we're going to be moving forward towards a trial. But first there will be a disposition. So I need everybody, if you can think of some good questions to ask during the disposition, please email them to me. One that I want to hear is this. Why did you not use the de-escalation skills as described in your general orders before you went to use of force? Please email me any questions that you can think of that might help me. Here's another good question. Can you describe her use of force against you?